game on TV after not playing 2 weeks, making some mistakes. And I think C, his shoulder probably still hurt him from being dislocated, right? So we discussed that a couple of weeks ago when they got hurt. We're like, nah, he finished the game. We were both like confident that he was going to play. Boom, 2 weeks he was out, right? So it was a significant injury. So look, to me, if he played like he has for most of the season, not last week, right? Not another bum game that he threw, but if he played like he's been playing all week long, this game's going to be easy, okay? So this week you could probably guess I'm going to take the Bears, okay? Just like you did. Laying about 5.5, and I expect the Bears to win by at least 14. At least 14. I also expect, guys that are listening, this line is going to move up. I really believe that people are going to start putting money on the Packers here, going up to about the 6.5 area. So if you like the Bears, take them early because it's going to jump. But I really love the Bears at 5.5, 6, even 6.5, because I think this Bears team is going to win by double digits.
So you misspoke. You meant people are going to jump on the Bears and the Lions are going to move up to -6.5.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, sorry about that.
No worries. Just want to clarify for the listeners. No, I agree, and I know you said that Rodgers is probably going to have a great game. I think he's going to be rattled. Personally, I do not think he's going to have a great game.
Oh, I didn't say great game. I said he's going to be ready for it. I think he's going to have a good game. Right? He always does well. I didn't say great. I think he's going to be prepared for it. He doesn't get rattled playing against the Bears, but I think he'll have a decent game, but I don't think he's going to do anything against the Bears defense.
Well, history would definitely prove us wrong here, but I have a good feel for this one. I have Devontae Adams under my playoff fantasy league, and I'm really sweating him right now. Maybe he'll get a bunch of catches for me. Who knows? Maybe he'll get a touchdown or two, but it's not exactly my favorite play. Just like how I faded Jared Goff and benched him for Cousins and barely won my league because Cousins didn't do that well at Seattle either. And they just and by the way, the Vikings fired their offensive coordinator DeFilippo as well after that game, and you could see why, because they weren't stretching the field. They're allowing Seattle to play the press type defense, not even going deep, not cheating up on everything. The safeties, the corners, they were just completely cheating up, and they weren't. DeFilippo only had one long pass called, and it actually worked, and he wouldn't stretch the field. I mean, there's some terrible play calls, and so I understand why that was.
You mentioned that about DeFilippo. You think about that was a guy that was going to be one of the top coaching candidates coming up this coming year, and he went from being totally chic to totally geek. And man, could he even get another job in the NFL besides a coordinator? It's going to be very difficult for the guy. So yeah, I like what you were saying there.
Yeah, he'll be lucky to even get a coordinator job. So that was a big flip, like we said.
Yep.
The only other game that I have to talk about here is the Chargers playing the Chiefs. I don't have, and now the Chiefs are laying -3.5, and normally you'd be like, "Well, I'm going to jump all over that thing," but this line smells, man. This line reeks, and the reason that is because this is a total trap game. Teams tend to not play well at all after going overtime the week before, and especially on a short week. They went overtime on Sunday. It affects you psychologically when you go into your next game. You had to play that extra amount, and it really does. And so that's why you see this 3.5. I don't even know which way to go with this thing. It's a big game for both teams. You could see the Chargers were looking ahead to this game when they played the Bengals, So I just wanted to tell the listeners that I do not like this line at all. I'm staying away from it. I don't even want to tease it. I don't, this is just, this just tells me that anything can freaking happen here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs blown out. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs lost outright in this position. I really wouldn't. So I'm just want to let everyone know about that.
Brother, yeah, you're in the same, and I'll cut you off. You're in the same boat as I am, because I thought about this game a lot, and ultimately, what made me stay away from it is because it's a Thursday night game. If it was a Sunday game, I would have a better feeling going into it, letting the Chargers get the full week, going into Arrowhead, which they typically don't do well. But also the Kansas City Chiefs are reeling a little bit. It makes me absolutely scared to even touch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any other games?
No, I am absolutely done. That's what I like this week. Those are my 3 picks.
Nice, man. And I guess if I'm going to do a teaser, I'm going to call this the home dog and don't let your coach get fired teaser. I'm going to take I'm going to take the Panthers to plus 12 from plus 6 and the Jets to plus 12.5. Like I said, I think the Jets lose by between 7 and 10 points, but home dog going past 3 key numbers of 7, 6, and obviously 10. You know, that's not a bad play. And if you don't like the Jets side because of what Danny said, you can always take the Vikings from -7 down to -1 or -7.5 down to -1.5, wherever it's at right now. That's not a bad play. They're in desperation mode playing the Miami Dolphins. And one thing I will say about the Vikings, I might bet them if this thing gets down to 6.5, and I'm considering it at 7 because whenever a coordinator or coach gets fired, as you all know, I jump on that team the very next week. So that's a possible play for me right now. Well, thanks so much, Danny. Really appreciate you coming on, my man. We're out of time. Love your plays this week. Have a blast this Sunday watching the games. I'll be tweeting at you, my man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, and real quick, guys, if you want to know something about the MMA and it's coming up this weekend and we don't get into the podcast, tweet me. Give me a little bit of time. I'll get back to you. I'll let you know who I like.
And you can tweet him at Cub Fan Danny. Thanks, everyone, for listening. Really appreciate you guys out there. Go get some winners.